This is Resourcity, an educational strategy board game for 4 to 6 players. In Resourcity, players use tiles to build the city and help make it self-sustaining. Score points by building a well-connected city and farming for resources. As citizens of the city, players must work together to win the game. Your team wins by surviving 4 crisis situations without depleting your resources to 0. Crisis cards will be randomly slotted into the draw deck and can appear at any time during the game. Every player has a superpower that can help the team with building the city to overcome a crisis and win. As for the sequence of actions, the city starts off with messy roads randomly placed in a 6x6 grid, with one starting road connecting the 3 community centers. During your turn, you will always start with any 3 tiles in your hand. Begin your turn by consuming 1 food and 1 water token. This applies at the start of your turn every round. During your turn, you can do 4 actions in total. First, moving. There are 2 ways you can move around the board. Move by 1 tile along the connected roads, or teleport from one community center to another. There are 2 types of road building actions. Rotate a tile by 90 degrees, each rotation costing 1 fuel, or replace a tile with either a road tile or a green space tile from your hand. You can only adjust tiles that you are standing on or adjacent to. Finally, there are 3 types of farming actions. Plant. Place a crop token on a plot and pay the planting cost. Grow. Add more crop tokens to the plot. Harvest. Bring your crops to a community center to exchange them for resource tokens. Now for more details on farming. Farms are formed when closed loops are built. This is another example. There is no size limit to a farm. Each intersection in a farm is a plot. For example, this farm has 3 plots. Plots can grow 1 crop type each. Your player token must be adjacent to a plot in order to do a farming action there. Depending on where you are standing on the farm's perimeter, you can tend to different plots within the farm. Here's another farm. Look out for such green space tiles. There are 5 plots on a green space tile, the 4 corners and the center of the tile. Access to these plots depends on where you're standing. Remember, in each turn you can take only 1 farming action per plot. This means you cannot plant a crop and grow the same crop in the same turn. Similarly, you cannot grow a crop and harvest it in the same turn, unless you have the superpower of a farmer. There are 3 different crops. Sugarcane can replenish fuel, sweet potatoes can replenish food, and water catchment collects rainwater to replenish water. Additionally, compost is earned when you harvest either sugarcane or sweet potato. The compost token is immediately placed on the plot you just harvested from. That plot will then require 1 less crop token before producing a harvest. For example, a plot with a compost token would only need either 2 sugarcane tokens or 3 sweet potato tokens. When harvesting, remove both the compost and crop tokens before exchanging them for resources. To build water catchments, you must have a green space within your farm. To start, place a water catchment token together with 1 rainwater token. Water catchments must be planted adjacent to a green space, either on the 4 corners or the center. Then pay the planting cost. Next, you must add 1 more rainwater token to yield a harvest. Then, remove the rainwater tokens and keep them with you first. Leave the water catchment token on the board for future use. Move to a community center and trade in your harvested rainwater for water resource tokens. During the game, you can refer to your handy instruction card for all the details of each crop. So remember, you've got 4 actions per turn. Refer to your handy instruction card if you need a reminder. Don't forget, at the end of each turn, draw new tiles depending on the number of tiles left in your hand. The new tiles you draw may be any of the following: road tiles to continue building your city, crisis tiles, or what tiles. If you drew a crisis tile, follow the instructions written on it. Crisis situations may affect your resources, farms, tiles, or actions. Remember, your team needs to survive 4 of these to win the game. If you drew a what tile, follow the instructions written on it. They include community and chance situations that positively affect your resources, farms, or actions. Keep playing until the draw deck runs out of cards. Once you've finished the draw deck, the game has ended, and you can proceed to calculate your final score. If your team survived all 4 crisis situations without running out of any resource type, congratulations, you win. But if your team ran out of any one resource type at any point during the game, you lose. So, are you ready to calculate your team's final score? Head to our website to calculate your score and see where your team stands on our leaderboard. Thanks for watching, and we hope you enjoy playing Resourcity.